How you guys doing? You all right? I've got a client at 2 o'clock. It's about 1 o'clock now, so I've got about 30 to 35 minutes to film a video, and then I can go and meet and coach my client on time. So I want to answer a question that one of you asked me. It's quite a while ago. I didn't get around to answering it. I thought I'd answer it today. And the question is, how do I overcome my fear and anxiety of going on the phone? I'm not comfortable on the phone. Again, it's another social anxiety, definitely. And I'm going to tell you my story because I had the same fear that this gentleman had. And I'm going to explain through my story how I overcame it. And then we're going to break down the steps and the mindsets. And this is what I do in my confidence coaching. For those of you that know, you already know a lot about what my coaching is about. For those of you that don't know, I'm going to explain through these videos as I make them, and you get value. So you can make a better decision if you want to invest in my paid coaching. But for now, you can enjoy the free value. For those of you that have been supporting me, I really appreciate it throughout all the years, and the recent newcomers to the channel. And I also really appreciate the critics as well, because without the critics, I wouldn't have been able to overcome those fears so I could help other people, etc., make money, be a better person, be more confident, and have a better self-esteem and not worry about what other people are thinking or what they're saying. Right, so the anxiety on the phone. Wow, my one goes back from as young as I can remember. My first memories were my mum saying, your auntie's on the phone, she wants to speak to you. And I was like, no, I can't do it. And again, it was not personal with my auntie or family members. I loved them. I just wasn't comfortable on the phone. I would just get embarrassed. I'd just go quiet. I didn't know what to say. That was a huge part. And I'm guessing this is the same for you, where I just was embarrassed of my own voice. I wasn't comfortable speaking on the phone, and I didn't know what to say. If I knew what to say, if I felt comfortable and confident in what I was saying, then it wouldn't be as scary as it was for me back then. I'm guessing it's the same for you right now. You're overthinking about what to say. Now, when we go into the origin of the fear, it's because you feel that you're not good enough. There's shame, there's embarrassment, there's deep insecurity. And of course, it comes back to you're worrying about what the other person is going to think about you on the other side of the phone, whether it's a family member, whether it's a business, whether it's a sales job, whether it's a colleague, whether it's a friend, whether it's a date, whether it's someone that's maybe sometimes, you know, when the bank calls you, or the government, or you've got to pay a bill or gas or whatever it may be, a company, you're worrying about what they're going to think. They can't see you, but they can hear you, and you're worried about them picking up on your nervousness, your anxiety. I went through all these things. It could really torture you. So this went on for many years, even to a point where, you know, I used to ask my mum or my dad or my grandma, could you take the phone call for me? Because I just wasn't comfortable speaking on the phone. So how do you get more comfortable speaking on the phone? How do you get more confident? Well, you've got to make a commitment. You've got to want to be better on the phone. I know that sounds really obvious, but that's a big part of how I overcame it. And I think sometimes you need another excuse to get over this fear. And this is where some of my story comes in. I always wanted to start my own business at a certain point. I wanted to help people. I tried the 9-to-5 jobs, and I didn't enjoy them. It didn't work for me, and I didn't really work well having a boss giving me orders and working in groups of people. I wanted to be my own boss, and I wanted to look after people, help them, coach them, and help them. So obviously running a business, maybe not so much today, but when I started over 10 years ago, a big part of it was taking phone calls. You know, people would inquire about my coaching, want to get on the phone. So it forced me, it pushed me to get on the phone and work on those insecurities, inhibitions, and to actually communicate more. And as people were calling me because they needed value, they needed my expertise, I felt more confident anyway. So sometimes you need something else to tackle the existing fear. So you need a bigger reason as to why you're going to make yourself start getting on the phone more, start communicating more, and so you can overcome this fear. So sometimes overcoming your fears is about also recognizing that it's not just about you. It's not just about your selfish needs. We've all got, I don't say you're selfish, but we've all got needs. But if we figure, oh, hang on a minute, if I overcome this fear, it won't just benefit me, it will help a lot of people. It makes you feel good. It makes you a better person. That's never a bad thing, and you can help more people and be kinder and help them out in various ways. So my mindset started to change. And then when you're on the phone call and you're figuring out, oh, I want to help this person more, communicate or listen to them more, you stop being so self-conscious and worrying about what are they thinking about me, because it's not about you solely, it's about the other person. So that's an exercise in and of itself. And I coach my clients on how to do this, not just on the phone, but in person. Another video, another time. So my whole mindset changed around talking on the phone. Now, where I am now, I don't even think about it if I've got to take a phone call. You know, if I've got to pay a bill, if it's rent, I've got to phone a business or someone calls me. So it's momentum, it's practice. And all those years where I used to always say, no, I can't come on the phone, I would always put it off. Years and years of putting it off lowers your confidence. It does, it gives you low self-esteem and it makes you more anxious because you're so out of practice. I thought of this joke the other day, it's probably not the right time, I'll share it anyway. I don't know if you guys remember, but do you guys remember a WD-40 spray? Basically, you would spray it on anything that got rusty. So when I was younger, we drove bikes, BMX bikes. There was a big fashion, and I used to love going out of mates, a big group of us on bikes. And sometimes I'd come home and the tire would get stuck because it would collect rust, and the bike wouldn't move as smoothly. And my dad would say, get the WD-40 out of the cupboard, and you'd spray the WD-40 on. It didn't smell great. It smelled a kind of irony smell. And then the WD-40 would loosen up. It would, remove the rust. It would loosen the wheels up, and then the bike would drive smoothly. So in the same way, that's what my confidence coaching is for my clients. I'm like WD-40. I help people who are socially anxious and nervous to get the rust off, to get out of those inhibitions, feelings of insecurity, of being shy, of being quiet, of not wanting your voice to be heard. And that's what's happening at the moment. The phone calls, you're rusty because you didn't put the practice in. You don't have a mentor, and all the things I've broken down in this video today, all the coaching details, the mindset. You might need a bigger reason that goes beyond your insecurity right now. The second one is obviously you need to get the rust off. And you can only get the rust off two ways you can do it. Number one, you can do it by getting a mentor and a teacher like myself who can help you to break out of that rusty place socially, like my WD-40 used to do for the tires or the spokes or the gears on my bike, so it could drive smoothly and faster and it could perform better. So that's another part as well, because it's not just speaking to people. Anyone can speak to people, but how we perform when we speak is a whole different ball game. We could do a video and speak with no confidence. No one's really going to listen to it or take any note or experience the value, or to a certain degree. But if you practice speaking on the phone regularly and you get a sales job, which wouldn't be a bad idea, or start a business, which would be a great idea, or just practice when the opportunity comes up for a phone call, instead of saying I can't do it, you say I can do it, jumping on, working through the ums, the ahs, the stuttering, the pausing, the getting stuck in your head. You just got to keep plowing through it. You've got to keep working through it. You've got to fight through it. It's a fight. When you've got anxiety and social anxiety and you're shy and you're nervous, there's a fight that's going on. Other people might not see the fight, but you know the fight's going on. It's an internal fight. You've got to fight to get those words out. You've got to fight beyond those negative inner critical voices that are going off whilst you're on the phone. You're not good enough. You're a loser. You're an embarrassment. People don't, all those voices which are not true. You've got to fight through them. And the more you fight through them, the better you get on the phone, the more calmer you get. And what happened to me was, and I want it to happen to all of you, once I got more confident on the phone, it translated and transferred into every aspect of my life. I became more confident on first dates with women. Then I became more confident in face-to-face business meetings with my clients. Then I became more confident on my YouTube videos. Then I became more confident with mum and dad, with existing family members and friends and members of the public. It transfers everywhere. So it is a big deal. When we say, oh, not really a big deal, just be scared to speak on the phone. It's like, no, that fear, that's everywhere. You've just highlighted it in an area that you're kind of conscious where it is. So you beat the fear of speaking on the phone, and you'll beat the fear of speaking in all different platforms. Live streams, dates, business meetings, job interviews, traveling, meeting new people, speaking to members of the public from day to day in Starbucks, in coffee shops, in all social situations, it shows up. So if that's not an incentive for anybody watching this video who has an anxiety, who has a fear, who has the social fear of getting on the phone, then I don't know what is, because it changed my life. getting over that fear of speaking on the phone. And sometimes we don't realize how far we've come until someone asks me the question and they're struggling with it. So these are all the details. I've given you the coaching. You can write them down. You can even break this video further down so you can really get into every intricate detail, step by step, day by day, month by month, year by year, and how you can solve this problem. And it's a speaking anxiety. And a lot of it derives from not feeling good enough. It derives from insecurity, and all that derives from the fear of what people are going to think about me and what they're going to say, what they'll be thinking. And the more confident you get, the more you don't care what they're going to think about you, nor do you care about what your own negative inner critical voice is going to be saying and thinking about you, because that's the one that's generally more critical than any other person, the voice in the head, which is a collection of many of your bad memories and that habit that you've been listening to. Stop listening to the voice in the head. Break that chain of negative conversation by taking action. Consistency. And I'm going on a bit of a tangent, but it's relevant. That's why I put out so many of those boxing videos. Consistently hitting the bag, training, gives you confidence, gives you strength, stops you caring about what people think, translates into every aspect of your life. If you're more confident hitting the bag, you'll be more confident speaking on the phone. And if you're more confident speaking on the phone, you'll be more confident on a first date. And if you're more confident on the first date, you're going to be more confident with friends and family. And if you're more confident speaking on the phone, and if you're more confident speaking on a date, and you're more confident speaking with friends and family, you're going to be more confident speaking on a YouTube video. It goes everywhere. So if you're enjoying the video, it's the first time you come and subscribe to the channel. I'm a confidence coach for men. I help men to overcome their fears and their insecurities and their inhibitions in their life so they can build more confidence. And as I said before, confidence breeds success and success breeds confidence. When you're more confident, it's no coincidence that success comes knocking at your door. But when you're not confident, you're down, you've got all these confidence issues, opportunities don't seem to come by as often, if not at all. So it's a mindset, it's a heart set, it's this mentality and this practice. And you've got to override a negative conversation. And that's what's happening right now. When you go in to get on the phone, the negative in a conversation is rising up and it's in your head and it's saying, you're going to be judged. You're not confident. You're not this, you're not that. It's trying to create an identity which is not true. You have to fight it and say, I am confident. I can speak on the phone. It's not really a big deal. Everyone's born with a gift to speak. But if you're fearful of what people think and what they say and you're so scared of it, then you're going to remain silent. What's the silence? It's a defense mechanism. Shutting down, closing down to protect you. If I don't say anything, no one's going to harm me. But guess what? You may get out of them potentially harming you, but you're harming yourself by keeping yourself stuck, being down, being defeated, being depressed. It's not good. So motivation is important. And that's a big part of my confidence coaching that I do on my 1-year program, 6 weeks program, all my coaching programs, motivating my clients beyond their fears, especially social fears, and getting them to be themselves, be confident, not try and be someone else on the internet or Instagram, but be who you're meant to be and practice it. And as you start to experience the confidence and you have a better performance, just like the analogy, sometimes you go in the boxing gym. All boxers will tell you this, or amateurs or just recreational boxers. You have a good spar and you come out, you feel great. Other days you go in and you suck and you get beaten up and you can't perform and then you feel down. We all get days like that. How do you come back? By going again and performing better this time. So I had many times on the phone, guys, where I was nervous. I thought, what was that? It was rubbish. I say, oh, I'm going to go it next time. And I'll go, that was amazing. I was really good. So you keep moving forward. That's it. That's how you do it, guys. If you enjoyed the video, don't be shy. Hit like, share, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the box below. And if you want to go a step further and get confidence coaching, I do confidence coaching in person and I also do it online, whatever suits you best and what can work for us. If you want to apply for my coaching, my email address is below. Send me an email and I can talk to you and find out if I can help you to move forward, build your confidence and overcome your social anxiety. All right, I'll speak to you guys soon. Bye.